Hey, Jason here, just floating this floor today. This is a water heated floor. It's going to get detramat over this for an uncoupling membrane, but I'm floating all these big trenches in right now. And I always see people do this. There's a few mistakes people make when floating mud with a trowel. One is they don't ever put enough mud on the floor. I did a bunch out. This is just what I had left in my bucket, but put a bunch of mud on the floor. A lot of times what I'll see, especially new people, new to the trade, when I'm training people, they'll take a little bit and they'll go. And they'll keep working that one little area. When you're floating a big area, I like to get a bunch of mud on the floor, and then your first pass, just get it down there. You just want to get it down there. Don't worry about it looking pretty. Leave it a little heavy. So just take it, take the big piles off your trowel, and you can go that way. Usually I would have more mud on the floor right here. So whatever you have, get it spread kind of heavy, make sure you don't have any holes. You usually want to go a couple different directions when you're filling bigger holes like that, because it'll pull the whatever you're using, it'll pull that material out of that hole. So like on that pipe, I'd go that way and that way. See, now it's nice and full. Now here's the tricky part. Now you've got it, it's heavy. So what I'll do first is knock all the heavy spots down real quick. Get it pretty good. But it's still heavy. Now the trick is to not leave any lines in it. That's how you hold your trowel. I like to hold my trowel backwards. That's just how I'm comfortable with it. But the key is the pressure. And you want to go on a big circle, that way, and then circle and circle. Anytime you try to go straight, you're going to go that way, you're going to get these lines. Sometimes you have to go straight, but when I'm floating big areas, laying down floor patch or whatever, I'll do it this way. I'll get a big area ahead of me, and then the key is right here. Make sure you can see my trowel. When you push down on your trowel and go out that way, don't hold your trowel up real high. If you hold it up high, you're going to rake it. You're going to rake it all away. The lower you hold your trowel, the more like creamy cake topping look you're going to get. But you don't want to go too low. But about, when you're floating the first time, about that right there. And keep most of the pressure down on the back so that your blade is kind of riding up. So you don't end up going like that. You see that line? Instead, what you do is put all your pressure back here, like a drywall guy would do, and push it down. Now see, your blade's actually leaving out about a 30-second high. Boom, that's how you want to do it right there. Now you don't have any ridges, and you just keep doing that. You can go way out there, like that. And you'll know if it's too high by the way that looks. See how it's kind of built up right there? I need to hit it again. You want to get it to where it's just a skim coat. I usually always try to go on a circular motion. You can lay it down flatter for some reason. But no matter which way you're going, make sure you have that, the front of your trowel, you want it riding up just a little bit. Show you in a close up before I take off. Okay. So like here. Get that mud off there. If you were to put it on the flat floor, what you're doing is you're putting all the pressure on the back, and it's actually letting the front of that trowel lift up like that. So you're almost bending the trowel, kind of, not really. But when you do that, you get those lines. You always want to make sure you have a little bit of mud on your trowel too before you take off. But put all that pressure on the back, and that line disappears. See, now you got a nice flat surface to glue your mat down to. So, a few tips on floating floors. This whole floor is getting a really nice marble, so maybe I'll try to make a video on some marble. Just finished up the marble in this shower pan right here. It's almost done. Got a few pieces to put around the drain. But anyway, appreciate you guys. See you on the next one.